Your $100,000 today buys what $30,000 bought just a few years ago. And the terrifying part? Most people have no idea why. There is a hidden mechanism built into the financial system. It has been quietly transferring wealth away from you since the day you were born. It has a name, and once you understand it, you will never look at money the same way again. Stay with me, because this changes everything. Before we go any further, I need you to understand one thing. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is 400-year-old economics, and it is happening to you right now. Here is something that millions of people feel right now, but cannot explain. You work hard, you save money, you do everything right, and yet you feel like you are falling behind. Your rent went up, your groceries went up, your gas went up, but your salary, it moved a little, maybe. You look at your bank account and the number is there, but somehow it feels smaller than it used to. That feeling is real, and it has a name. It is called the Cantillon effect, and it is the single most important economic concept that nobody teaches in school. To understand why you feel poor, we need to go back to 2020. That was the year governments around the world did something extraordinary. They printed more money than at any point in modern history. Not a little more, trillions more, in months. Now here is the question nobody asked out loud. Where did all that money actually go? Think about your bank account right now. Say you have $10,000 sitting there. Day after day, the number stays exactly the same, 10,000. It feels safe, it feels real. But here is the thing nobody tells you. The power of that number is quietly disappearing. That loaf of bread used to cost $2. Now it costs $4. Your apartment didn't get bigger. The bread didn't get better. Your money just became worth less. Not worthless, worth less. That is not an accident. That is a system working exactly as designed. So what is the Cantillon effect? Richard Cantillon was an economist in the 1700s. 300 years ago, he identified something that still defines your life today. Here is the idea. Imagine a fountain in the middle of a city, but instead of water, it sprays freshly printed money. Now, who gets to stand closest to that fountain? Not you, not me. The big banks get there first, the large financial institutions, the government contractors. They fill their buckets while prices in the city are still low. Then that money slowly flows outward through the system, from the central banks to the regional banks, to the corporations, to the mid-level companies. And finally, years later, after prices have already risen, it reaches your paycheck. By the time the money gets to you, housing is more expensive, food is more expensive, everything costs more. You just paid the bill for a party you were never invited to. The top 0.1% of households now own more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. Wealth matters to me. That is not because rich people work harder. That is the Cantillon effect, in your numbers right now. Here is where it gets even more interesting, because most people think the stock market proves the system is working. It doesn't. Turn on any financial news channel since 2020. They will show you charts, record highs, incredible growth, everyone getting richer. Except it's a mirage. Here is how to see through it. Take the S&P 500 chart from 2020 to today. Looks incredible, right? Massive growth. Now take that same chart and divide it by the total amount of money in circulation. What happens to all that growth? It disappears. The chart goes flat. The stock market didn't actually go up. The currency went down. From 1990 to 2026, the money supply rose from $3 trillion to over $22 trillion, while the net worth of the top 0.1% grew from $1.7 trillion to nearly $25 trillion. The wealth gap is not a mystery. It is mathematics. It is the Cantillon effect running in the background of the entire economy every single day. So here is the real question. Now that you understand the mechanism, what do you actually do about it? Because there is an escape, and it does not require being wealthy to use it. The wealthy are not smarter than you. They are just positioned differently. Here is what they understand that most people do not. Cash loses value over time by design. Assets gain value over time, also by design. The Cantillon effect flows money toward asset owners first. So the answer is not to save more cash. The answer is to stop being a saver and start being an owner. Cash alone guarantees a loss over time. You don't need to be rich, but you do need exposure to assets. Substack, real estate, equities, Index funds, productive businesses. These are the things that move with the money supply instead of being eaten by it. Warren Buffett does not keep his wealth in a savings account. He owns pieces of companies that produce real value regardless of how much money is printed. You can do the same thing, not at his scale, but with the same logic. $100 in an S&P 500 index fund participates in the same system that the wealthy use to stay wealthy. You are not playing at the fountain, but you are at least in the city. Here is the honest truth about where we are in 2026. The money supply is still expanding. M2 growth is currently running near 5% year over year and could reach 9% by late 2026. Mises Institute. That means the Cantillon effect is not slowing down, it is accelerating. The people storing their life's work in cash are losing ground every single month. The people who own productive assets are moving with the tide instead of against it. This is not about politics. This is not about conspiracy theories. This is math that has been running the same way for 300 years. The question is only which side of the equation you want to be on. Stop thinking of yourself as a saver. Start thinking of yourself as an owner. Even if you start with $50, even if you start today. The Cantillon effect is not going anywhere, but now you understand it. And understanding is always the first step. If this video changed how you see money, subscribe. Every week I break down one concept that the financial system hopes you never learn. Drop a comment right now. Did you know about the Cantillon effect before this video? I read every single one. See you in the next one.